So today's question is, what is the difference between dysphoria and dysmorphia? That's a good question. They sound the same, don't they? And I suppose they have similarities, but both words are derived from Greek. Dysphoria is derived from the Greek word dysphoros, which means hard to bear, while dysmorphia comes from the word dusmorphia, which means, I suppose, ugliness, for want of a better translation. So dysphoria refers to a general sense of intense discomfort and unease and dissatisfaction. So it describes feelings of emotional distress, which can arise from any number of experiences, be they mental or health conditions. Dysphoria can manifest in various different ways, including physical symptoms such as headaches or tiredness or digestive issues. And of course, it can have emotional symptoms such as irritability, sadness, and I suppose primarily would be associated with a sense of disconnection from yourself or from others. One of the most well-known forms of dysphoria, of course, is gender dysphoria, which refers to a sense of unease with one's gender identity. But there's also social dysphoria and somatic dysphoria. Dysmorphia, on the other hand, describes a very distinct dissatisfaction with bodily features. And in the case of dysmorphia, it's your own body parts or features which are perceived to be flawed or inadequate, and that underlies the feelings of dissatisfaction. For this reason, dysmorphia is usually known as body dysmorphic disorder, and is characterized by a very persistent and excessive preoccupation with the imperfections of your own appearance. And, people may experience, well, not may, they do experience significant distress and anxiety as a result, because it takes many forms, from thinking that you're fat when you're not, to bodybuilders believing that they're not muscular enough when in fact they're huge. Treatment for dysphoria itself typically focuses on managing symptoms and improving overall well-being. And this often includes psychotherapy, which is aimed at getting to the bottom of the cause of the dissatisfaction. And on the other hand, the treatment for dysmorphia is aimed at more specifically at addressing the perceptions of one's own body. And of course, this generally would involve something like cognitive behavioral therapy, which is aimed at challenging those negative thoughts about body image, as well as giving body acceptance techniques which will increase self-compassion and reduce distress around the feeling that your appearance isn't good enough. I mean, really severe cases, and I mean really severe cases, antidepressants might be prescribed. But medication is the last resort rather than the first step. So that was a good question. But that's what it is. They do sound the same. I suppose they have similarities, but they're different.